Hello teachers, Brad Streffler here, back to begin the school year in the 2020-2021 way, which is fluidly and trying to be as prepared for everything as we can. So I wanted to go over kind of the idea of what we are going to be asking teachers to use here at Bridgewater and a little bit of the why, of how it will be done, and sort of what are some of the expectations we'd like to see done in the course. So first of all, at this point, hopefully you've already imported the course from Commons and have done that. If you haven't, check out my other video that'll be posted on how to import a course from Commons and copy it over to your template. But now we're going to go through the stuff in here. So as a rule, pretty much anything in all caps is something that you're going to want to go in and change. So once you're on your syllabus page, you'll see here there's parts in all caps. You'll just hit edit, and that will then give you the ability to edit those different pieces. So you'll notice when I hit edit here, this page will reload. And now I have all that content loaded on this page right here. So I can go in, change the course title. Obviously, I would adjust the picture because you don't all need to be me. Your name, your email address. If it's not in all caps or not in italics, if it's not identified, then we'd recommend keeping it. For example, keeping the Bridgewater Facebook page and Bridgewater Middle School website on your course page would be very helpful to us. It'll make sure that parents know where to go to look for those things. We're also I'm encouraging teachers to take a moment to do a course introduction video. Now, this is going to be one of the last things you do because you need to set up and edit all your course stuff first, but you'll want to make sure you do the course introduction video that'll walk you through how to do that. And you'll notice on your example will be the link to my video showing you how to set up a course introduction video and what you might include in it. And then we're also asking that on your front page of your course, you leave this resource document. This will be a live, updated set of resources for all students. The idea is it will include things like how to access their Google Drive, how to use Canvas, how to turn in assignments. It'll also include where to find grades, what their grades might mean, different policies and procedures. It'll also have resources for parents. The goal here is that at any time we can tell them go to any of your Canvas courses and you will see this resource document that will show you links to other resources elsewhere. The plus side is it's an embedded Google Slide doc so that we can add additional information into this as we need to. So you'll notice now it's not complete, it's missing things, it's pretty blank, but we will be adding more resources as we get started. So once you've made those changes, again, the things we are looking for, we do want to see your name, the course title, and email address. We'd encourage you to put a picture, but you're not required to. If you want a picture of something else, you can. And then on a course introduction video would be very helpful. Doesn't have to have your face. It can be just you explaining your course. And then please keep these common resources. One question I've already gotten is, can you add additional things to this page? Yes, absolutely. If you're going to add things to this page, I would do it in between the introductory video, right after that, and before the common resources. I'd leave that common resources towards the bottom of that page at all times. But if you want to link to your full syllabus, for example, you could put that in here. If you want to add additional static information that they may need to see throughout the year, put that in here. That would be a good place for that. Most of what we're going to ask of you all this year and try to have some commonality on is going to happen with the way you organize your Canvas course. So first and foremost, when you are creating things, we are going to want to make sure that everything is contained within modules. And we also have some requests in terms of how to set up modules and how you're going to name the items within modules within Canvas. For those of you that are new or just need the refresher, modules are just kind of a container of links. They're a overall group of links. If we look at the top here, we have this whole section is a group of links within that category. So for example, the first one would be, the first thing we're asking is that with any unit you're completing, however you break up your course into units, that each unit is its own module in Canvas. You simply click the plus module button and then give it a name. We would like to see that all units have, first of all, a name that's kind of a brief summary of what material might be covering, and then also the starting date of that unit as part of the name. That way, whenever someone looks at this course, whether it's a parent, whether it's a student, whether it's someone on campus trying to help you out, whether we get a parent email concerned about something, whatever that may be, whatever happens, we want to make sure it is crystal clear to everyone involved when things are happening, what is happening, and how it's working. So if these unit names are always the unit name, a hyphen, and then the date that unit started, that would be tremendously helpful for everyone involved. This here is a unit title or a unit overview. So this will be a general overview of what's included in the unit. Some people used to do this as an announcement last year, and we're asking that that doesn't happen this year. What we have found is that the announcement section of Canvas does not look at all the same for students or parents that it does for teachers. It all just gets added to their to-do list on the front page of their Canvas page, and it's really hard to organize. You can't really organize it. If they don't clear stuff out, it just becomes confusing. So the unit introduction page, what we'd like to see is, again, repeat the unit title. This is going to get repetitive, and that's good. The more times the students see this information, the better. A quick description maybe of what's included. What's the week going to be about? What's the unit covering? What are some ideas? I gave you some example text here. And then you might include a brief summary of the schedule for the week. Maybe you include the date. Maybe you have the learning goal or the standard they include, what activities they might do with links to those. You would have, this is a good example of one of these kinds of introduction pages. How you set up the introduction page, that's up to you. It doesn't have to include all these things. It would just be really helpful to students, since you're not going to be in class with all of your students, it would be really helpful for them to see, this is what I need to do. These are the activities. And as a parent, I can quickly and easily say, okay, well, did you do these 3 things on Monday? Did you do these 3 things on Tuesday? Whatever's listed in that activity section. It'll help parents out a lot. It'll reduce confusion with communication. It'll really simplify things for you. Like with any other page, you simply click edit, and that will let you go in and edit this page. You can delete the content, whatever. But you can easily change things out here, delete the information that's in here, add your own, all that material. Same as you're kind of used to. So that's all there. The next thing I'm recommending for the modules page is that your units are probably going to span over multiple days. So what I think is a good idea is using a text header to break up the days into an actual schedule format. So the way you do this, again, it's within this module. You click that plus button, and what you're going to add would just be a text header. And all that header should say is the day. Maybe it's the day of the week. Maybe it's the date, whichever you want to do. Let's say the first day of the week would be 8/10/20. That's the first day of the school year. Welcome. And that would be my text header, and I would add that item. So this doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't link to anything. It just helps you organize yourself. It helps you make sure that your content is organized and students know exactly what they're doing. So a quick text header to give them a view of that. Then I gave some examples of what you might include. So you might have an introductory activity. So whatever that introduction might be. And generally speaking, that should be 10 to 15 minutes of you introducing content. Here's what we're going to be covering. Here's how it's going to work. Any of those content pages, you're going to give it a title, whatever that name is of the page, and then include in the title the start date of whatever day they're expected to do that. If this is something for 8/10, then it would say content intro 8/10. If you're linking them to an external tool, whether you're using Nearpod, whether you're using Pear Deck, Kahoot, Flipgrid, doesn't matter what it is, whatever those things are, we're going to add those links also as part of the module. Again, modules are going to be the thing you keep pointing kids to in all of our classes in the whole school. Go to the modules, it's going to be right there. And again, you list whatever the external tool is, whatever the name of that tool is, and the date you want them to start it. For an assignment, if they are doing an assignment, number 1, assignments in Canvas should only be used for something that is actually going to be graded. I know we've covered this before, but I want to reiterate it again. Assignments should only be used for something that's graded. When it gives it a due date, it adds it to their to-do list. If you're using assignments just to simplify and use Cloud Docs, please don't. That confuses parents and students because it looks like it's something they have to turn in. And then if they do turn it in and then they're asking you for feedback and you say, well, that wasn't graded, it just gets confusing. So make everything simple for yourself. Assignments are only for activities that are graded. And again, assignment name, and we'll use the due date in the title. Someone asked me why we would do that when in the module view, once you have a due date, it'll show up right below it. That's true in the module view. I'm not 100% sure that it's true in all of the student and parent views they have. So I want to just make sure, we want to make sure it's very clear. No one can question assignment name, due, and then the date it's due as part of the assignment name. Simplifies the job for them. And then if you were doing a discussion title or a discussion, again, the title of the discussion and the due date. So as a general rule, dates should be included in assignment names and page names. We want to use this specific format, this flow of activities within a module, and all of our content needs to be wrapped into modules. That is sort of the idea of the setup of these pages. You'll also notice in each of these pages there are descriptions of what you might include in them. So for example, in the content intro page in the course that you've copied into your course, the one you pulled from Commons, it will actually show you what the I do content is. This is the introduction. You might do a video or direct instruction. It gives you some examples to think about and how long that content might take. That's wrapped into those pages as well. So there's additional information buried in those example pages. And as with any of these pages, you click edit, you delete the content you want to take out, and then you add in your own. I hope that helped you guys out, gave you an idea of what this course template is going to be used for and how you can use it for yourself. As always, you can email me anytime, bradley.streffler@ocps.net. I am always available to help you guys out. I try to answer my emails anytime they come in because I know that people need a support, and I'd be glad to help it in any way that I can. Because I also know that you all are going to go out and make this year awesome, no matter what it looks like.